Okay, I just got out of the shower, and in the shower, I had a shower thought. And I wanted to get this thought out down on video before I forgot my ideas. So this is immediately me getting out of the shower, throwing on some pajamas, and starting to talk to you. Anyway, my revelation is that Bartholomew Kuma is the heart of One Piece. Now, this thesis applies both thematically and narratively. I'm going to try to, it's going to be rough, but I'm going to try to get into some of those ideas a little bit today in a quick manner. So, thematically, Bartholomew Kuma, you know what? Let's start narratively. Narratively, Bartholomew Kuma has his hands in every single aspect of the narrative. The supernova via Bonnie, the Shishibukai because he was one, uh, the world government, of course, in his narrative, and the Yonko in that he faced a lot of the Yonko at God Valley. So he has his hands in every single element of the narrative, and he was paramount in the insurance that the Straw Hats would continue on their journey. Seemingly most because he realized that Luffy is Nika before any of us even knew what Nika was. So, yeah, so obviously Kuma was paramount to the Straw Hats, but he has his hand in every single element of the narrative. He's there, he's present, he's lurking in the background of every part of the story. And that's insane writing from Oda just to begin with, but thematically, he holds everything. He is a vehicle for the bringing of the dawn, just as Roger was too early to bring the dawn, as we saw in the Odin flashback. We see in Kuma's flashback that he thought he might be the one to bring the dawn, but he realized quickly that he wasn't, and he instilled it on his daughter, who is now going to realize that it's not her but Luffy. So it's this theme of inherited will that is so prevalent throughout the entirety of the narrative, that is the perhaps the one of, if not the biggest themes of all of One Piece, that is most accurately reflected in Kuma's story. And as we wrapped up his flashback and go into what is going to likely be his final deed in sacrificing himself for his daughter and the continuity of Luffy as Nika, um, I you can see now that Kuma. Oh, whoa! Lost my train of thought here. So what I was trying to say is that Kuma is the culmination. His story is the culmination of everything Oda has been working toward. In almost all, it borrows elements from pretty much every single backstory that Oda has done so far. Has elements, the propaganda slash misunderstandings, the inherited will, the sacrifice for a child. It's all these themes that have been prevalent throughout the story, and all of these different flashbacks are all modge podge together in Kuma. It's almost like Oda was just flexing his muscle, practicing to get to this flashback. And honestly, it might be my favorite part of the story thus far. Which is crazy because if you would have asked me like even a year ago, I would have never said Kuma was even in my top 10 characters. And now he's definitely in top 5. Like, and it really is amazing to see how Oda can have something planned out and build up something for so long. And I really think he is the greatest writer of our generation. George R. R. Martin would be if he was more prolific, and would actually finish the series that he's working on. Oda, I have no doubt in my mind, unless like a freak accident happens, he's going to finish the series. But anyway, back on track, you can see that both thematically and narratively, Kuma is everything, is serves as a symbol of everything Oda has been working toward with the One Piece story. And like honestly, you can see every element thematically and narratively in that backstory. And it's incredible to see that like there's a world where Kuma could have been the main character. Obviously he's not, but you can see that. And I think that goes back to the core theme of the series of inherited will, in that Kuma is sacrificing the ability to be the main character in order for Luffy to be so. So all I'm trying to say here is that Kuma's the main character, kind of. No, that's the clickbait. But anyway, yeah, Kuma is amazing. I love him. He's a mensch. Perhaps the biggest mensch in the whole series. Kuma is the menchiest mensch of them all. Yeah, love you, Oda.